go then. We've got lots and lots and lots of information here for me to read out this afternoon. Whether I'll ever get through it all or not, I really don't know. I don't know where to start either. So to start with, the Grasser store is here, situated to the right of the caravan down there, the big awning on the caravan, and that is the Grasser stand, with all sorts of goodies for the kids, including a free competition, a free kiddies competition. So get the kids down there when they get bored after race 3, and get them in the free competition. They're selling hats, sweatshirts, rugby shirts, umbrellas, etc. And they're down in that bottom right-hand corner from the caravan as I face the circuit. That's where Grasser is. And don't forget, if you've got your cans with you, they're worth 1p each to Grasser, and that goes in the Injured Riders Fund, and that's a very good fund indeed for the lads who unfortunately come off and do themselves a mischief. So all your cans would be appreciated, all the aluminium Coca-Cola cans. I'll certainly have the one I'm drinking from at the moment before the end of the day. And you take 500 of them down there, that's another 500 towards the Injured Riders Fund. So I'm sure that the people here today could put together that many. We're already underway with the first race. It's the 250cc solos, and flat out into the first turn goes Dean Camier with Steve Smith right on his shoulder. Dean Camier overslides a little bit there. Richard Smith gains a few yards, but it's Dean Camier, the man they call the Biz. Dean Camier then out in the lead, as I said, from Romney Marshes, and indeed don't miss the Mason Aces meeting down there on Romney Marshes on the 17th of October. Dean the Biz Camier out in front then from number 33, Richard Smith in second place. John Pilcher goes wide and Steve Syrett zooms up the inside into third place. So Dean Camier from Richard Smith still. Steve Syrett, John Pilcher coming back on terms with Steve Syrett. Then Arthur Livins, Colin Osborne, and Michael Peters with Alan Dan bringing up the rear. Rather spread out now with John Pilcher. That's third place. Mikey's going to try and come through to second. Dean the Biz Camier then takes the last lap flag from Richard Smith. Can't help noticing that Dean Camier changes 2 gears down for every corner and back up again up every straight. So he's a very busy boy working that machine to its limits. Dean the Biz Camier. On the anti-Honda. Coming up to take the checkered flag. His first win of the afternoon by number 44, Dean Camier from Steve Smith. A creditable second to him, and just taking that third place back. I said he was menacingly looking like he was going to do something there, and John Pilcher squeezes in for third. Steve Syrett in fourth. Arthur Livins in fifth. Colin Osborne and Michael Peters in that order, very, very tight on the line. As today, we're going to give a speed, or try to give a speed out for each race at the time, when we give the time. So, race number 1 then was a fine win for number 44, Dean Camier. In second place, number 33, Richard Smith. Third place, number 49, John Pilcher. Fourth place, 62, Steve Syrett. Fifth place, 71, Arthur Livings. Sixth place, number 46, Colin Osborne. Seventh place, number 37, Michael Peters. And eighth place, number 20, Alan Dan. The winner's time, 1 minute 41.11 seconds and an average speed of 56.61 miles per hour. From the top, 44, 33, 49, 62, 71, 46, 37 and 20, 1 minute 41.11 seconds, 56.61 miles per hour. Well, very quick for 250cc machines. Be interesting to see how much the 500cc solos could improve on that. Bit of a false start, I feel, at the start there, and the rider's going to go back and try that again. If I've got a little bit of a moment, I'll try and do this, but not sure how long we've got on that start line. Grasstrack's left in 1993, as by Brian Humphrey's own calendar. October the 3rd, it's the Wimborne Whopper. Full details later on in the programme. October the 10th, the South Eastern Riders Association, Battle of Hastings. Again, I'll give you more details of that later on. The 17th of October, the Maidstone Aces at Stone in Oxney, down there on the Romney Marshes. That's followed by, on the 24th, of October, the Wimborne Club's team event. Wimborne Club's team event. On the 30th and the 31st of October, the Andover Ace of Aces International. Do I need to say any more than Andover Club's Ace of Aces International? On November the 7th, the Tunbridge On Fire Burner International. And on, I think that's Lee Street, who had a few problems, but seems to have sorted himself out and is on the line. They're under starters' orders. And away they go. Flat out down the first straight. And indeed it is Lee Street that takes to the front first, but John Dormer powers through the middle of the field. Wogie Giles trying to go around the outside of John Dormer, but John Dormer's got that important inside line. Wogie Giles goes right round the outside. Very, very wide indeed, allowing John Dormer to come back up on the inside. So it's good John Dormer holding first. Ron Wogie Giles in second place. Then Richie Knight and Tommy Palmer. Tommy Palmer locks up and goes out wide. Richie Knight holding the tight line, trying to come past Wogie Giles. But it's John Dormer extending his lead away from the rest of the field. John Dormer from... Looks like Richie Knight's just nipped up on the inside, but Wogie Giles has powered around the outside, chases after John Dormer. Tommy Palmer's trying to get in on the act on the back wheel of Richie Knight. John Dormer coming out of that turn then and really motoring from Wogie Giles in second, but Richie Knight now closing up that gap. He's riding a real tight line. Wogie Giles powers it on and goes wide. Richie Knight holds that inside line, squirts on the throttle. It's his this time. Through into second place goes Richie Knight. John Dormer then out in front. Richie Knight now gaining lots of yards on John Dormer. The last lap flag goes, just one lap left in which to do it, and it's John Dormer from Richie Knight, Wogie Giles, Tommy Palmer and Keith Strudwick. Oh, I didn't see Lee Street go out, but he's on the centre green there, obviously got problems. So bad luck for Lee Street. That he rides. John Dormer goes a little wide. Richie Knight's hard on the inside, but it's going to be a win for number 76, John Dormer from Richie Knight in second place. Then Wogie Giles, Tommy Palmer and Keith Strudwick. Dollar race 2 is a fine win for number 76, John Dormer. In second place, pushing all the way, was 229, Richie Knight. In third place, in a hard battle and struggle went on there too, number 300, Terry Giles. Fourth place and never giving up was 21, Tommy Palmer. And in fifth place, number 124, Keith Strudwick. No other finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute 41.05 seconds. And 56.65 miles per hour. Fractionally faster there, so John Dormer stamps his authority on the 250 class. Result again quickly, 76, 229, 300, 21, 124, 1 minute 41.05 seconds. 56.65 miles per hour. On now to the left-hand sidecar class, and good lineup of left-hand sidecars here this afternoon in this national event. Like Luke Patchwell had a few problems, I think they're sorted out now, and the tape's flying, away they go, and an impressive lineup of left-hand chairs indeed as they head towards the first turn. It's 108, Bob Miles and Steve Farmer that get up to that first turn first. Luke Patchwell, Julian Browning gone hard for the inside. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw sitting comfortably in third. Philip and Richard Davis there in fourth. Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. Well clear now of 808. Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. Then it's Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Philip and Richard Davis. Duncan Fish and Brian Holland. And then Graham Hilton, Colin Goodwin, bringing up the rear. Bill Penfold squeezes through to second place, past Browning. And Bill Penfold is the South Eastern Centre champion and this year's national champion, the only man to ever do the double in the left-hand sidecar class. And he's sitting there in the second place at the moment. But this race belongs to 108, Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. Steve Farmer normally drives his own outfit. Today he decided to act as ballast for number 108, Bob Miles, who is the ex-British champion in his own right. There goes the last lap flag, then it's Bob and Keith Miles, one lap from their first victory this afternoon, from Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw in second place. Then Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in. Philip and Richard Davis. Duncan Fish. Clive Holland. And Graham Hilton Collins. The last turn for the last time. The checkered flag is out. And as I said, his first win of the afternoon for 108. Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. Followed on by number 2, Bill Penfold, Nigel Shaw. And 808. Luke Patchell, Julian Brown in. Official indeed, and the official result there was a win for number 108, Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. Second place went to number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Third place to 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in. Fourth place, number 217, Philip and Richard Davis. Fifth place, number 174, Duncan Fish and Clive Holland. And in sixth place, number 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. The winner's time, 1 minute 46.04 seconds, giving a speed of 53.98 miles per hour. Race 3 again then from the top, 108, 2, 808, 217, 174, 151, 1 minute 46.04 and 53.98 miles per hour. Average speed, of course, given from a standing start, so obviously at times they'll be reaching greater speeds than that down the straights, and obviously have to ease off and slide it around the corners. So a pretty good, I should think, 65 mile an hour down the straights here at Laurie's Farm, Oakfield Heath. Another even start. Down the first straight they come. The faster motor's pulling away from the rest of the field. It's 24. Tommy Penfold and Kev Bovis, they go into the first turn first. From 126, Neil and Martin Cuff now in third place as John Fish and Gary Moore take that second place. 24 then. Tommy Penfold, Kev Bovis in the chair. Kev Bovis, a very talented Grasstrack man. He's ridden solo, he's passengered right hand and passengered left hand. And he's out there with last year's British champion, the 1992 British champion driver, Tommy Penfold, leading this race. From 173, John Fish and Gary Moore, another ex-British champion. These boys would like to share the honours about a bit. Right out round that turn they come. He's gone a little bit wide. There's Tommy Penfold, and John Fish has a good look at the rear end of that outfit. Tommy Penfold with Kev Bovis, John Fish, Gary Moore, Neil and Martin Cuff, father and son team there. Tony Penfold and Julian Wood. Well, tight enough as they come on the last lap, but John Fish has gone for the inside line and shows his back wheel to Tommy Penfold. Tommy Penfold really fights hard back and tries to go up the inside, but there was no gap. John Fish just shut the door on him. John Fish now going for victory just round this last turn, and he'll take the checkered flag. Very hard to win a race right from the front all the way because you have to set the pace. Look at him coming round there now. It's going to be a tight one, is this? 173, John Fish and Gary Moore take the victory from 24, Tommy Penfold and Kev Bovis. Oh, very tight on the line there between the Cuffs and Tony Penfold. Then Johnny Arnott. And then Billy Penfold bringing up the rear. Authority on this class this afternoon. Race 4. The official result reads a win for 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. In second place, number 24, Tommy Penfold and Kev Bovis. Third place to number 126, Neil and Martin Cuff. Fourth place to 25, Tony Penfold and Kev Bovis. Fifth place to 251, John Arnott and Tony Doyle. And sixth place to number 23, Billy Penfold and Carly Bell. No other finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute 44.14, giving a speed of 54.96 miles per hour. Well, the racing getting faster as it goes on. We now go into the 350cc solos, and they steam off that start line. Neil Scopes it is that goes into the lead, but he loses that lead on the first turn to Wayne Broadhurst. Wayne Broadhurst, number 158, an additional runner in this race, and leading it. 158. And number 15, Neil Scopes in hot pursuit in second place. Then Martin Jacobs, Mark Giles, and Dave Wright. with Michael Peters and Alan Dan a little bit further down the field. Wayne Broadhurst certainly seems to be high flying this afternoon. On into Jawa, ahead of Neil Scopes, also Jawa mounted, and then Martin Jacobs, Dave Wright, Mark Giles, Michael Peters and Alan Dan. Well, Wayne Broadhurst certainly setting the pace here, and let's compare his time speed of race 6 when it happened. Certainly looks quick to me. Wayne Broadhurst from Neil Scopes, from Martin Jacobs, Dave Wright and Mark Giles. And even look at this battle, don't miss the battle at the back. It's all right watching in front, but they're all spaced apart. Look at these old boys having a go here. Hammer and Tom, Michael Peters and Alan Dan. Here comes the checkered flag then, and the wind going to number 158, Wayne Broadhurst, from number 15, Neil Scopes, then 14, Martin Jacobs, then 38, Dave Wright. 26, Mark Giles, top biscuit. Look at these last two on this last corner. One on the inside, one on the outside. Who's it going to be? Michael Peters goes very wide and takes Alan Dan with him as they come up to the line. Michael Peters finishes in front of Alan Dan. Was a win there for 158, Wayne Broadhurst. In second place, number 15, Neil Scopes. Third place, number 14, Martin Jacobs. Fourth place, number 38, Dave Wright. Fifth place, number 26, Mark Giles. Sixth place, number 37, Michael Peters. And in seventh place, number 20, Alan Dan. The winner's time was 1 minute 38.23 seconds, giving an average speed of 58.27 miles per hour. Well, now the question's got to be, can the 500s top 60 miles an hour? That last race apparently is broken down en route to the meeting here this afternoon, and he's obviously unable to get here in time for the start of the meeting. Whether he'll come in and put in the other two rides later, we'll have to wait and see. But unfortunately, Jonathan Duke, a non-starter then at the moment. Flat out off the line they go, and down the first straight. 139, David Mears, away like a long dog. From 175, Keith Potts there in second place, and then James Cortheray in third. Well, if I remember correctly, the first meeting we had here back in, I think it was June or somewhere around there, these two riders were at it all day long. Either shows it was the best. And Dave Mears this time, after a superb scintillating start off that start line, is holding the lead. But Keith Potts is pushing hard on the Godden in second place. And it's Arthur Livings and Phil Buckley. James Cortheray, unfortunately, out with problems. Not sure what's happened there, whether it's changed off. What's happened, but problems obviously for James Cortheray. 139, David Mears throwing mud in the face of Keith Potts. Keith Potts seems to gain a lot on the corners and lose a little on the straights. Arthur Livings on that two-stroke Bull Tarko in third, then Phil Buckley in fourth. And indeed the chain is all entangled with the back wheel of James Cortheray's bike. Meanwhile, 139, David Mears out in front from Keith Potts. Arthur Livings slides off, and that's very much unlike Arthur, especially when holding a good third place. But he's underway again, and he's looking that fourth. Checkered flag comes out this time, and David Mears stamping his authority on the 350 class this afternoon. 139, David Mears takes the win from 175. Keith Potts in second place. Another 39, David Mears. Second place to 175, Keith Potts. Third place, number 336, Phil Buckley. And fourth place to number 71, Arthur Livings. The winner's time was 1 minute 39.55 seconds, giving a speed of 57.50 miles per hour. Coming to the line, I think I'm right in saying we haven't got a Craig Cheetham in this one. I think we have got a Craig Cheetham, we haven't got a Shane Baker. That's what we haven't got, Shane Baker. My mistake. 39, Shane Baker, I believe, is a non-starter. Other than that, the race should go as per programme. Craig Cheetham, Colin Hutton, Tim Bennett, Ivor Matthews, Pete Dyer, Bob Heath. Adding a few passengers in, and it's Craig Cheetham and M. Matthew, Tim Bennett with Paul Baseby, Pete Dyer, Tony Bemister, Ivor Matthews, Peter Jones, Colin Hutton, Tony Baseby, and with number 8, Bob Heath, this afternoon is Dean Bartholomew. So away they go then off the start line, down that first straight. It looks like Craig Cheetham, number 1 on his outfit, that goes into the lead. Number 1, Craig Cheetham, drifts a little bit wide, allowing a gap to appear on the inside, but the others don't seem to be fast enough to get in there. In second place is Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister, the Works SGM riders. Flat out around the turn they come then. It's Craig Cheetham and then Matthew. From Pete Dyer, Tony Bemister, Colin Hutton, Tony Baseby, and then the British Masters champion for 1993, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. Colin Hutton fighting back on the inside, but I think Ivor Matthews has done enough to be in front this time. Number 1 then, Craig Cheetham, powering on towards victory, with M. Matthew in the chair. From 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister, then Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones, this year's British Masters champion. They've got the inside run on him, and down the straight he goes into second place. Pete Dyer on the SGM fighting back hard there, but Ivor Matthews keeping the throttle on that little bit longer into that turn. But I don't think he'll catch the flying Craig Cheetham and then Matthew. There goes the checkered flag, and a fine win for them. Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones, a good second place there, followed home by Pete Dyer, Tony Bemister, Colin Hutton and Tony Baseby, Bob Heath and Dean Bartholomew, and Tim Bennett, Paul Baseby. Official result with you in a moment. Matthews missing the start and having to fight his way through, and showing why it is that he is the British Masters champion. Race 7 and the official result. The win went to number 1, Craig Cheetham and M. Matthew. In second place was number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. In third place, number 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister. Third place to number 3, Colin Hutton and Tony Baseby. Fourth place, sorry, to number 3, Colin Hutton and Tony Baseby. Fifth place to number 8, Bob Heath and Dean Bartholomew. And sixth place to number 12, Tim Bennett and Paul Baseby. No seventh finisher. The winner's time 1 minute 26.02 seconds. Winner's speed 58.59 miles per hour. From the top, 1, 15, 58, 3, 8 and 12. Winner's time 1 minute 26.02, 58.59 miles per hour. Race number 8 is on its way round the turn now. And it looks like Roger Measor that's out in front. Roger Measor and Shane Lapham from Mick Haven mixed days with Dave Steer and Andy Orchard. Then Gary Lane, Phil Pitman, Darren Bartholomew, Matthew Diggs. Really well spread out. Roger Measor stands with authority on this. He won last week at the South Midlands Club's Super meeting at Aylesbury, and he's in winning form here this afternoon. So it's 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. From 17, Dave Steer and Andy Orchard. Take that first place. That's that flag out already, and 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham on the Yamaha, well clear of Dave Steer and Andy Orchard. And Gary Lane, Phil Pitman, all on the Yamaha bikes, followed by number 25. And the checkered flag comes out then, the first on the afternoon for number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. Ahead of Dave Steer and Andy Orchard, Gary Lane and Phil Pitman. Not too sure whether Mick Stace and Rick Cove were in that place or whether they'll have a drift. And it's Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones and Jeff Sims, John Stanley. Official result. in a moment. A fine win for number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. A good second place there for number 17, Dave Steer and Andy Orchard. In third place is number 90, Phil Pitman and Gary Lane. Fourth place, number 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones. In fifth place, number 33, Jeff Sims and John Stanley. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 25.59. Average speed of 58.89 miles per hour. The sidecars getting fast as they go on. Quickly again from the top, 51, 17, 90, 25, 33. No other finishers, 1 minute 25.59 seconds, 58.89 miles per hour. Another good line over here for race 9. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get John Halsey. So number 13 is out of race 9. We get Rob Wilson Senior. So, out of that first turn they come then, and it is 184, John Hiscock and Steve Bailey that lead from 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. The Bassey brothers. Flat out they come around here. There's 24. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones taking the lead from John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. Then Joe Mogg and Chris Burge and the Bassey brothers. On that pit turn. Oh, bad luck for the girls on that new SGM outfit. Not sure what the problem is, but number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. Holding on to the lead from John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. Joe Mogg and Chris Burge. And then number 38. The Bassett brothers, Steve and Peter. Checkered flag goes in, and that's a win for number 24. Rob Wilson Senior and Vince Jones. Followed home by 184, John Hiscock. And then 98, Joe Mogg. Oh, the girls are back with a vengeance and absolutely flat out and flying. I don't know quite what their problem was there, but they complete race distance on these right-hand sidecars. The official result of race 9 was a win for number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. In second place, 184, John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. In third place, number 98, Joe Mogg and Chris Burge. In fourth place, number 38, the Bassett brothers, Steve and Peter. Fifth place, number 1, 2, 3, Dave Penfold and Tony Hayford. And in sixth place, number 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. No seventh finisher, the winner's time, 1 minute 25.71, a speed of 58.80 miles per hour. Race 9 then was 24, 184, 98, 38, 123, 34. Winner's time 1 minute 25.71, speed of 58.80 miles per hour. And now for the first time this afternoon, the 500cc solos. Toyota 500 by the yellow number plates with their plate numbers. And here they come. Can they top 60 miles an hour? Number 50 goes out in front, and that's Andy Sell. Don't see much of Andy Sell in this neck of the woods, but he's really flying there this afternoon. He comes down to show the selfie. Both right-hand and solo, and they're coming from all angles now to try and beat us. So it's Andy Sell from Mark Chessel, from Mark C. Wright, each one an out-of-centre rider from this area. So a true national class of riders here this afternoon. Number 50, Andy Sell from Mark Chessel, from Mark C. Wright. from Dean Garton from Cornwall. They're coming from all over. Then I think that was Ricky Sanford went by there. He's the first of the South Eastern boys home in this one. Andy Sell has problems and pulls off the circuit. What bad luck for him. Mark Giles takes up what looks like an unexpected win. Andy Sell's got it going again. He comes back on the circuit in about 5th place. How many places can he make up on the remaining one lap? Just watch him go. He actually came back in 6th place and he's up to 5th. The last time in this one, the checkered flag is out. Mark Giles takes the win from Mark Seabright, from Dean Garton. Andy Sell got up to 3rd, ahead of Ricky Sanford, Justin Shaw, Alan Harmer, and Tommy Palmer. With Chris Dodd, our reserve, taking over the ride of 26 Mark Giles, and then number 2, Adrian Harden, completing race distance. Official results. In for 758. Mark Chessel. In 2nd place was 167, Mark Seabright. 3rd place, number 16, Dean Garton. 4th place, number 50, Andy Sell. 5th place, 04, Ricky Sanford. 6th place, number 187, Justin Shaw. 7th place, number 121, Alan Harmer. 8th place, number 21, Tommy Palmer. 9th place, number 62, Chris Dodd. And in 10th place, number 2, Adrian Harden. No other finishes. The winner's time, 1 minute 37.15 seconds. An average speed of 58.92 miles per hour. So 60 mile an hour is out of the question at the moment. Let's see what happens in race 11. It's Paul Hurry that goes into the lead, with Gary Lobb there in 2nd place, another very fast Cornishman. And look at Trevor Banks fighting his way through after a slightly dodgy start. He's up to 4th place. He's out in the loose and he's fighting for it. Paul Hurry though gets away from the rest of the field. Trevor Banks now moving up into 2nd place, ahead of Gary Lobb. So Paul Hurry really flying this afternoon. Trevor Banks back there in 2nd. Business here this afternoon. 86 then, Paul Hurry from number 5, Trevor Banks from number 17, Gary Lobb. Gary Lobb fighting away on the inside, trying to get past Trevor Banks, but Trevor has this uncanny way of riding in the loop. You've got to go that much faster to go around the outside, but Trevor seems to do it. On their last lap they go. It's 86, Paul Hurry. It looks like number 17, Gary Lobb, has pulled that 2nd place back from Trevor Banks. Trevor Banks again going on the outside. Trevor Banks seems to have cut back now from the inside line. There goes the checkered flag. A win from number 86, Paul Hurry. 17, Gary Lobb takes 2nd. Number 5, Trevor Banks in 3rd. Then number 14, Ian Humphries. Then Chris Tritton and Paul Mitchell. And David Steen. CC Solos. A win for number 86, Paul Hurry. In 2nd place, number 17, Gary Lobb. 3rd place, number 5, Trevor Banks. 4th place, to number 14, Ian Humphries. 5th place, to number 3, Chris Tritton. 6th place, number 29, Paul Mitchell. 7th place, number 41, David Steen. 8th place, number 169, James Cawthorey. 9th place, number 87, Ben Howe. 10th place, number 12, Stuart Dempsey. And in 11th place, number 336, Phil Buckley. No other finishes. The winner's time, 1 minute 33.01 seconds, and a magic 61.54 miles per hour. From the top end, 86, 17, 5, 14, 3, 29, 41, 169, 87, 12, and 336. Winner's time, 1 minute 33.01. Speed of 61.54 miles per hour. 112. That's 121 indeed. Alan Harmer. Well, the 250s are back on the track again, and it's Richie Knight this time that goes into the lead. Richie Knight, who had a second last time out to John Dormer, is absolutely flying this time. Out on his own. And young Tommy Palmer jigging in the back wheel there in the dirt. 229, Richie Knight from 62, Steve Syrett from 21, Tommy Palmer. Then Michael Peters, Colin Osborne and Alan Dan. But look at Richie Knight pulling away now from the rest of the field. Done very little grass track this year. Out of that 229, Richie Knight from 62, Steve Syrett, 21, Tommy Palmer. A little bit of a look back to number 37, Michael Peters, done it again. That's his dad, Colin. And number 20, Alan Dan. Tommy Palmer moving up into second place ahead of Steve Syrett. 229, drifts a little bit wide there, winding up the motor. The last lap flag goes down forward. 229, Richie Knight from 21, Tommy Palmer on the four-stroke Honda. A Honda top end on a Westlake bottom end, specially built by Ray Palmer of the Maidstone Motor Liner Centre. For the last time, and Richie Knight seems to be taking it slightly easy this time as he takes the checkered flag. His first win of the afternoon ahead of Tommy Palmer and Steve Syrett. And a little bit of a gap back to Michael Peters and Alan Dan. A fine win for number 229, Richie Knight. In the second place was number 21, Tommy Palmer. Third place, number 62, Steve Syrett. Fourth place, number 37, Michael Peters. Fifth place was number 20, Alan Dan. No other finishers, and the winner's time, 1 minute 41.24 seconds, an average speed of 56.54 miles per hour. Race number 13 comes to the line. Richard Smith, Dean Camier, Keith Strudwick, Arthur Livins, Lee Street, Terry Giles, John Pelcher. That's the lineup for race number 13. Well, the revs rise, the takes flying, here they come down the first straight. Dean Camier making a good start from the inside, but John Pelcher flying in from the outside there. John Pelcher well clear on the first turn from Lee Street in second place, then Richard Smith, and then Dean Camier. Dean Camier now coming up through into third place, ahead of Richard Smith, getting his sights on the back wheel. John Pelcher though got away well clear. Arthur Livins struggling down the outside now. John Pelcher then, Lee Street, Dean Camier. Dean Camier trying to get the better of Lee Street, and John Pelcher having trouble getting through past Arthur Livins. Dean Camier really in past Arthur Livins there, but don't forget Arthur Livins is around the pit stern they come then. John Pelcher holding a good line, but Dean Camier setting his sights now, and he means business. Lee Street also wants a slice of the action after missing out on points in the first leg. So's John Pelcher from Dean Camier, from Lee Street, from Richard Smith. Arthur Livins and Lapham. Oh, John Pelcher goes wide. Dean Camier's sure to come through on the inside, but he overslides and he nearly loses it. John Pelcher goes wide, allowing Lee Street to come up through into first place. Well, you can't get much better grass track action than this. John Pelcher pushing hard to try and get that win back, but Lee Street now forging ahead. Dean Camier wishing it hadn't all gone wrong on the lap before. The checkered flag comes out as they come round the last turn for the last time. Lee Street going to be wide. John Pelcher seems to be in trouble. The Biz Camier comes up for second place. So it's Lee Street, Dean Camier, John Pelcher and Richard Smith, followed by Keith Strudwick and Arthur Livins. Arthur Livins a lap in arrears though, and Wayne Giles, I'm not sure what happened to him. Obviously had a bad start and couldn't make up the lost ground. A win, a good win, in fact not unlucky for him at all. 75, Lee Street. In second place, number 44, Dean the Biz Camier. Third place, 49, John Pelcher. Fourth place, 33, Richard Smith. Fifth place, 124, Keith Strudwick. Sixth place, 300, Terry Giles. And seventh place, number 71, Arthur Livins. Winner's time, 1 minute 41.66 seconds. An average speed of 56.31 Sidecars. It's race number 14. And that looked like Tony Penfold that went into the lead on that first turn, with Julian Wood in the chair, but Luke Patchell, Julian Brown powering around the outside there now, but no, they fight him back. Tony Penfold can't get the inside there. Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in flat out through to it. Tony Penfold again fights back on the inside, and again he comes out in front. Earlier race winner 108 Bob Miles with Steve Farmer seems unable to challenge the front two, or maybe he's waiting for them to sort themselves out before trying to come through himself. Tony Penfold, Julian Wood, well and truly in the lead this time. Look at the battle at second place, this time between Luke Patchell and Julian Brown and Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. Bob Miles trying to Trevor Banks trick right around the outside, but it's a little bit too far right here. Nigel, he gets up to second place by it, so one can't knock that. Tony Penfold, Julian Wood leading then from Bob Miles and Steve Farmer, from Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in, really pushing hard in third. Then Graham Hill, Colin Goodwin, John Arnold. The last lap flank going out now, and Tony Penfold looks behind his shoulder to see where the action is, and he's got a good lead over Bob Miles and Steve Farmer, with Luke Patchell, Julian Browning still pushing hard in third place. Then Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin, and then John Arnott, Tony Doyle, and Philip and Richard Davis relegated to the back in this one. Tony Penfold and Julian Wood, they've been business here this afternoon. The checkered flag goes for their first win of the afternoon from Bob Heath and Steve Farmer, consistently scoring points, as is Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. Then Graham Hilton, Colin Goodwin, John Arnott, Tony Doyle, and then Philip and Richard Davis on the Kawasaki ZX10, bringing up the rear. Official result for you in a moment. For first place with number 25, Tony Penfold and Julian Wood. In second place was number 108, Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. Third place was 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. Fourth place was 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. Fifth place, 251, John Arnott and Tony Doyle. And in sixth place, number 217, Philip and Richard Davis. Winner's time 1 minute 47.05 seconds. An average speed of 53.47 miles per hour. From the top, 25, 108, 808, 151, 251 and 217. 1 minute 47.05 seconds, 53.47 miles per hour. Race 15 coming to the line there, and number 188, Terry Patchell, a non-starter. So the rest of the race going is number 2, Bill Penfold, Shaw, 23, Bill Penfold, Charlie Bell, Fish, Gary Lobb Dean Garton, Tony Penfold, Kev Bovis, and Neil Cup, Martin Carpets. Number 24, Tommy Penfold and Kev Bovis that go into the lead, and anything his brother Tony can do, Tommy wants to do better. He's out in front, he seems to have problems there as the bike stops. Bad luck there for Tommy Penfold and Kev Bovis, not sure what happened to them. And it's the Uncle Bill Penfold into the lead. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw squirting on that Gotten V-twin ahead of 173, John Fish and Gary Moore, a previous race winner. And then consistently scoring again, number 126, Neil and Martin Carr. With Billy Penfold, Carly Bell, and then back now they come then, at half distance. It's Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw, from John Fish and Gary Moore. Then Neil and Martin Cuff, Billy Penfold and Carly Bell, Duncan Fish and Clive Holland bringing up the rear. 5 outfits remaining in this one. Round the pits turn they come, the last lap flag in their sights, number 2, the British champion and the South Eastern Centre champion. The man who is in front at the moment on the South Eastern Centre Speed Shield points and on the GTSA Club Members points. Seems to be making quite a clean sweep of it this year. That's Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. Tight line round that turn and the crack the throttle on. Here they come, the checkered flag is theirs. Number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw from 173, and ex-British champions in their own right. John Fish and Gary Moore, then Neil and Martin Cuff, then Billy Penfold and Carly Bell, and then Duncan Fish and Clive Holland. It's a long push back for Tony Penfold and Kev Bovis, and I'm not sure at all what their problem is. Maybe the chains come off, I really don't know. But I think Neil and Martin Cuff are going to piggyback them back to the pits. Official result for you in just a jiffy. John Fish and Gary Moore. Third place, 126. Neil and Martin Cuff. Fourth place, number 23. Bill Penfold and Carly Bell. And in fifth place, number 174, Duncan Fish and Clive Holland. No other finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute 44.97. An average speed of 54.53 miles per hour. Go then, it's 350cc solos again. You'll always tell them by the blue plates. Now this is very interesting because we got both previous race winners out in the same race this time. Wayne Broadhurst on the inside with Dave Mears on the outside. Dave Mears holding on to an advantage at the moment, but Wayne Broadhurst sussing out the situation. The winner race right away from the front. Much faster the man behind him goes. Look at that. Wayne Broadhurst comes through as I speak. Now Dave Mears will find out how fast Wayne Broadhurst can go and know how quick he's going to have to go to win the final here this afternoon. These two boys do seem to be the firm favourites, but you must never count out. Here they come then. 158. Wayne Broadhurst, an additional runner in the programme. Ahead of 139 and David Mears, then Martin Jacobs, then Dave Wright, and then Mark Giles, with Alan Dan bringing up the rear. 3-1 then. Bringing up the rear there. The last lap is 158. Wayne Broadhurst from 139. David Mears. And look at the battle between Dave Wright and Martin Jacobs hotting up there as Dave Wright goes through on the inside. If I know Martin Jacobs, he won't give up. He'll try every inch of the way. But he seems to get pushed a little bit wide there and lose a few yards. Change of flags, and out comes the checkered flag for the win. Second in a row for 158, Wayne Broadhurst. From 139, David Mears. Then 38, Dave Wright. 14, Martin Jacobs. Then 26, Mark Giles. Number 20, Alan Dan. And 331. Official result at the moment. Continue to rise. A win there in race number 16. Second in a row this afternoon for 158, Wayne Broadhurst. In second place was 139, David Mears. Third place was number 38, Dave Wright. Fourth place, number 14, Martin Jacobs. Fifth place, number 26, Mark Giles. Sixth place, number 20, Alan Dan. And in seventh place, number 331, Paul Watson. The winner's time of 1 minute 38.35 seconds. An average speed of 58.20 miles per hour. And the other half of the 350cc solos coming to the line now. We're looking for Neil Scopes. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see Jonathan Duke. We should get Keith Potts, Arthur Livings, Phil Buckley and Michael Peters, but number 167, Mark Seabright, is a non-starter in the 350s this afternoon. Then on the line and the tapes fly, and here they come. Who's going to get the best of the start this time? Oh, number 15, Neil Scopes goes into an early lead from 175, Keith Potts. Then 336, Phil Buckley, and 37, Michael Peters drop into the rear position as Arthur Livins takes up that 4th place. Around they come then. Neil Scopes in the lead from Keith Potts. From Phil Buckley and Arthur Livins very close together, then Michael Peters. I think that Keith Potts isn't showing his colours too early this afternoon. I think he's going to have a cruise round in the heat. Fairly sure he can make the final. And I think he'll start pulling a few surprises in the final this afternoon. Number 15 then, Neil Scopes leading from 175, Keith Potts. Then it's Phil Buckley, then it's Arthur Livins. And Michael Peters. Well, Neil Scopes doesn't look like he's in too much of a hurry. He realises there's a safe distance between him and Keith Potts as he starts his last lap. Keith Potts in a comfortable 2nd place. And the battle is on for 3rd between Arthur Livins and Phil Buckley. Arthur Livins on the 350cc 2-stroke Bultaco and Phil Buckley on the 350cc Westlake. And Michael Peters bringing up the rear. Oh, around the last turn, and the wind going to number 15, Neil Scopes. 2nd place then to 175, Keith Potts. And then comes Arthur Livins in 3rd, as Phil Buckley seems to have problems in 4th. But he completes the race distance in 4th place. And then it's 37. Michael Peters bringing up the rear. There's a win for number 15, Neil Scopes. And in 2nd place was 175, Keith Potts. 3rd place, number 71, Arthur Livins. 4th place, 336, Phil Buckley. 5th place, number 37, Michael Peters. No other finishes. The winner's time of 1 minute 39.24 seconds, 57.68 miles per hour. Well, very consistent times here this afternoon. I think we're looking for some really superb finals at the end of the day. Roger Measor, Lapham. Rob Wilson Jr., Will Jones, Kenny Hill, Joe McLaren, Phil Pitman, Gary Lobb, Ivor Matthews, and Peter Jones. What a lineup. Old Grasstrack superstar talent. Coming up under Phil Pitman and Gary Lane now. Colin Hutt and Tony Basely had problems off the start. Roger Measor, Shane Lapham on the outside, Phil Pitman, Gary Lane on the inside, and then it's Rob Wilson Jr. and Ivor Matthews having a bit of a battle there. Colin Hutt and Tony Basely trying to come around the inside. Meanwhile, out in front, 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. From 90, Phil Pitman and Gary Lane determined not to give up. Challenging hard on their SGM. From the British Masters champion, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. And then Penny Hook and Dave Mears on the SGM Yamaha outfit. Obviously going to take a bit of time to settle to that machine. But I'm sure that by the time we get through to next season, they'll be absolutely flying. It's number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham leading from Phil Pitman, Gary Lane in 2nd place. Shane Lapham lead then to come up to take the checkered flag. 2nd win of the afternoon for Roger Measor and Shane Lapham from Phil Pitman, Gary Lane in 2nd. Then Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones. Colin Hutton and Tony Baseby, and then Penny Hook and Jake McLaren bringing up the rear. Official result in a moment. Number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. In second place, number 90, Phil Pitman and Gary Lane. Third place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. Fourth place, number 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones. Fifth place, number 3, Colin Hutton, Tony Baseby. Sixth place, number 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 25.80. In this one, his place will be taken by number 38, the Bassett brothers. Number 38, Dean and Peter Bassett. And the red flags all go down, and the green flag goes up, so the right of the and into the first corner. It looks like number 24, Rob Wilson Senior and Vince Jones. From 98, Joe Morgan, Chris Burrs. Then number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. Then Bob Heath and Dean Bartholomew. Flat out, they come round this turn and very wide for Rob Wilson and Will Jones, and the peak of Vince Jones there, shattered and breaking up. It looks like a pair of wings on that and the bits are poking out there, rather like an old Roman's helmet. Number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones leading then. From Joe Mogg and Chris Burrs in second place. Then Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. Then Rob Heath and Dean Bartholomew. Being made ready as they come round this, the last turn. And it's number 24. Rob Wilson and Vince Jones take the win. From 98, Joe Mogg and Chris Burrs. And then number 8, Bob Heath and Dean Bartholomew. And Darren Bartholomew, Matthew Dix pulling onto the centre green with problems again there. Again, it looks like there's no chain on that machine. I think that they should walk that machine up. Darren, push your bike up to your points. Race number 19 then. Race number 19 was a win for number 24, Rob Wilson Senior, and Vince Jones. In second place, number 98, Joe Mogg and Chris Burge. Third place, number 8, Bob Heath and Dean Bartholomew. Fourth place, number 28, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix. And in fifth place, number 38, Steve and Peter Bassett. Now on the finishers, the winner's time 1 minute 25.66 seconds, 58.84 miles per hour. From the top, 24, 98, 8, 28, 38, 1 minute 25.66, 58.84 miles per hour. Again, the right-hand sidecar boys out in full force, and so they've got a battle there between Craig Cheetham and John Hiscock. As John Hiscock takes them wide, and then number 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Bemis to come through for second. John Hiscock goes as wide as that again, I'm sure that Pete Dyer and Steve Bailey ahead of Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister, then Craig Cheetham and Matthew Fumarola, then Tim Bennett and Paul Baseby. Dave Steer and Andy Orchard, didn't expect to see them so far back down the field. Then 33, Jeff Sims and John Stanley. that lower turn they come, and they're flat out and making it have it. It's 184. John Hiscock and Steve Bailey from Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister. Then Craig Cheetham and Matthew Fumarola. Then Dave Steer and Andy Orchard. Tim Bennett and Paul Basley. Checkered flag being made ready then for John Hiscock as he comes out of that last turn. John Hiscock and Steve Bailey take the win from Pete Dyer, Tony Bemister. Oh, very close there for third. I'll leave that one to the lap scorers. Followed home then by Tim Bennett, Dave Penfold and Jeff Sims. Official result for you very shortly. Win for number 184, John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. In second place was number 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister. Third place, number 17, Dave Steer and Andy Orchard. Just taking that third place from number 1, Craig Cheetham and Matthew Fumarola. In fifth place was number 12, Tim Bennett and Paul Baseby. Sixth place, 1, 2, 3, Dave Penfold and Tony Hayford. And in seventh place, number 33, Jeff Sims and John Stanley. The winner's time was 1 minute 28.42 seconds, giving an average speed of 57 miles per hour precisely. 500cc solos underway, and I'll try and give you that sidecar result again later. The 500s mean business now. But Mark Seabright and Mark Chessel go into that first turn side by side. Mark Seabright on the inside, Mark Chessel flying around the outside. Looks like Vincent Kinchin coming through into third place. Chessel in the lead from Mark Seabright, holding a very tight line in second from Vincent Kinchin, then David Steen, then Ricky Sanford and Ian Humphries. Well, it's all action stations as Mark Seabright struggles to hold on a little bit. Making the lead better, Trevor Banks is booked on that wide line. 758 then, Mark Chessel from 167, Mark Seabright. From Vincent Kinchin. Vincent Kinchin now cutting up the inside of Mark Seabright, taking that second place. So it's Mark Chessel, Vincent Kinchin and Mark Seabright. As they come, the last lap flag is out. Mark Chessel, Vincent Kinchin, Mark Seabright, David Steen, Ian Humphries, Ricky Sanford, Alan Harmer, James Cawthorey, Stuart Dempsey, Chris Dodd and Adrian Hart. Making up a lot of ground here as he goes for that inside line. Checkered flag goes for 758 Mark Chessel, from number 8 Vincent Kinchin, from 167 Mark Seabright, 41 David Steen, 14 Ian Humphries, 04 Ricky Sanford, then Alan Harmer, James Cawthorey, Stuart Dempsey, Chris Dodd and Adrian Hart. As a win for 758 Mark Chessel. Second place number 8 Vincent Kinchin. Third place 167 Mark Seabright. Fourth place was number 41 David Steen. Fifth place number 14 Ian Humphries. Sixth place 04 Ricky Sanford. Seventh place 121 Alan Harmer. Eighth place number 169 James Cawthorey. Ninth place number 12 Stuart Dempsey. 10th place number 62 Rich Dodd. And 11th place number 2 Adrian Hart. Match 12 finisher. The winner's time of 1 minute 36.47 seconds, an average speed of 59.33 miles per hour. Race number 22 coming on next, again 500cc solos. Again that result of race 20, the right hand sidecar, number only 184, 58, 17, 1, 12, 1, 2, 3, 33, 1 minute 28.42 seconds, 57 miles per hour precisely. Race 21 again, if you missed it, 758, 8, 167, 41, 14, 04, 121, 169, 12, 62, 2, 1 minute 36.47, 59.33 miles per hour. Away we go then on to race number 22, and this time we've got number 17, Gary Lobb, that goes into the first turn first. Again, Trevor Banks misses the start. And the Wright mix up on that front line. And Andy Sell takes up the running. Hurry from Trevor Banks. Trevor Banks coming up through on the inside there. Then Tommy Palmer's in with a shout as well. But it's Andy Sell. Again, a man we don't see much of in this part of the country, but when he comes, he's good. Andy Sell leading then. Can he do it this time? Paul Hurry making up ground on the inside in third place. Ahead now of Gary Lobb. Trevor Banks really flying around the outside. Seems to be going in a few yards even on Andy Sell. So Andy Sell had better look out this time. Trevor Banks coming around the outside and giving it a bigger. Andy Sell nips up on the inside. Trevor Banks pushing hard in second place. Then Paul Hurry in third, and then Gary Lobb. Trevor Banks again trying hard, and he's gone right round the outside this time. As only Trevor knows how in that loose. I've never seen any man having done that, and he comes hard on the inside. Trevor's flatting around the outside again. What's going to happen? The checkered flag is out. Who's going to get it? Very close on the line there. I can't influence the lap scorer. That was close. And this is only the heat. What is the final going to be like? Oh, what a race. I'm waiting for the result myself now. Our lap scorer's laughing, so she's obviously thinks she's got it right, so no problems there. I wouldn't want to be making any decision there at all. Out there, race number 22, the 500cc solos, was a fine win on the line by a cat's whisker for number 5, Trevor Banks. In second place was number 50, Andy Sell. In third place, 86, Paul Hurry. Fourth place, number 17, Gary Lobb. Fifth place, number 21, Tommy Palmer. Sixth place, number 3, Chris Tritton. Seventh place, number 16, Dean Garton. Eighth place, number 87, Ben Howe. Ninth place, 187, Justin Shaw. 10th place, 154, Adrian Mower. 11th place, number 336, Phil Buckley. No other finishes. The winner's time of 1 minute 34.28 seconds, an average speed of 60.71 miles per hour. Again then at 5:50, 86. Away they go, and down towards the first turn they head. Michael Peters getting a very good start there. John Belcher, and then Roger Giles streaking into the lead. Again, Dean Camier not making the best of the start here this afternoon. Flat out they come then. Roger Giles holding on to the lead from John Belcher and Dean Camier. Dean Camier going up into that second place now. Pushing hard on that 250 as he comes trying to cut the inside of Roger Giles, and Roger Giles loses footrest, I believe. And indeed, looks like the footrest has gone for Roger Giles, and that's relegated him from first to fifth place in one easy movement. Terrible bad luck for him. Let's hope that somebody's got some welding gear in the pits and can stick that back on board. To the third lead. Meanwhile, Dean Camier making the most of that little bit of bad luck. For Robin Belcher and taking up the lead. Dean Camier from 75, Lee Street from John Belcher, and then Keith Strudwick. Well, I can tell you now that right leg of John Belcher must be starting to ache now, because that's got no footrest at all. He's having to hold it up every inch of the way. Nicely out of that corner, then taking the last lap flag, it's number 44, Dean Camier from 75, Lee Street from 49, John Belcher, and then Keith Strudwick, Arthur Livings, Rogie Giles without the footrest. Michael Peters and Alan Dan bringing up the rear. The last turn for the last time in this one. Flat out they come up to the checkered flag. Dean Camier wins from Lee Street in second place. Keith Strudwick and John Belcher. Then Arthur Livings. Then Wogie Giles. Well, yeah, well, realise what I've done. They've both got them white leathers, haven't they? They're looking very similar. my mistake. Anyway, official result with you in a moment. BC Solos. A fine win there for number 44, Dean Camier. In second place was number 75, Lee Street. Third place, number 124, Keith Strudwick. Fourth place, number 49, John Pilcher. Fifth place, 71, Arthur Livings. Sixth place, number 300, Terry Giles, without the footrest. Seventh place, number 37, Michael Peters. Eighth place, number 20, Alan Dan. Winner's time, 1 minute 41.34 seconds, giving a speed of 56.48 miles per hour. From the top, 44, 75, 124, 49, 71, 300, 37 and 20, 1 minute 41.34 seconds, 56.48 miles per hour. On to race number 24, and non-starter in this one is 74, Matthew Street. Indeed, there are only 4 machines left on the line, and flat out they come into the first turn. Richard Knight taking up the lead at the moment from Richard Smith, Steve Syrett and Tommy Palmer. Well, they're 4 very capable riders there, so I don't expect to see a lot of distance between first and fourth place man by the end of the race. Holding on to the lead, Richard Smith trying to come around the outside. The 2 Richards locked in battle. Richie Knight then from Richard Smith, from Steve Syrett and Tommy Palmer, all very close together as expected. Richie Knight done very little grass this year, and Richie Knight's bike packs up and he's down, relegated to an off-track position. Not sure whether his chains come off or what. Again, it doesn't look like things freewheeling along there quite nicely. He's looking down at the back wheel. 33, Richard Smith, leading from 21, Tommy Palmer, and 62, Steve Syrett. Richie Knight trying to put his chain back on, and maybe he'll try and complete the race distance to the points. Tom Palmer goes out with trouble, or does he? I think he's got it going again, but he did have a lot of bother there. He goes down the first lane. 33, Richard Smith then coming up to take the last lap flag, ahead of Stephen Syrett and Tommy Palmer. And Richie Knight has got it going again, and I think he's going to try and complete the race distance to make up the points. Looking down at the back of the machine, not all happy with it. Cruising round, I think he's got a flat tyre as well. There goes the win for Richard Smith, ahead of Steve Syrett and Tommy Palmer in a very close third. Richie Knight must come round again to complete race distance. I'm not sure, I think he has got a flat rear tyre. Time will tell. Stephen Syrett. Third place, number 21, Tommy Palmer. Fourth place, number 229, Richie Knight. Winner's time, 1 minute 43.06 seconds, up speed of 55.54 miles per hour. From the top, 33, 62, 21 and 229, 1 minute 43.06 seconds, 55.54 miles per hour. Then we had number 25, Tony Penfold, and Julian Wood on 12 points, 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning, and 126, Nilo Martin Cuff on 10 points apiece, and joint on 6 points apiece, nearly the rest of the field I should think, 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin, 217, Philip and Richard Davies, 251, John Arnold, and not Russell Steele, Tony Doyle today, and then 23, Billy Penfold and Carly Bell, 24, Tommy Penfold and Kev Bovis, and number 174, Duncan Fish and Clive Holland. So that's the positions after 2 legs. This is the third leg of the left-hand side cars. two. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw then leading from Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in number 808 in second place. Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin, then followed by John Arnott and Tony Doyle. Billy Penfold and Carly Bell. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw then comfortably in the lead from Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in. And it's Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. And John Arnott, Tony Doyle. Luke Patchell now going a few yards on first. Yeah, the catch Bill asleep to go by. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw leading from Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in. Then Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. John Arnott, Tony Doyle, Duncan Fish, Clive Holland, Billy Penfold, Carly Bell. Again, Bill Penfold throwing dirt in the face of Patchell and Julian Brown. And again, they come up real close on that corner, but Bill Penfold's unlikely to make a mistake now that he's in front. The last lap flag goes for the current British champions, current South Eastern Centre Championship, and the leaders on the Speed Shield points. Full house for Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw this season. Again, go for the outside, but Bill Penfold takes the checkered flag with Nigel Shaw in the chair from 808, sorry. Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in. And a creditable third place there for Graham Hilton, Colin Goodwin, then John Arnott, Tony Doyle, Duncan Fish, Clive Holland. Official result for you in a moment. Race 25 then, the left-hand sidecars. I don't know which way round I'm going now. Left-hand sidecars was a fine win for Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw, number 2, going in first place. In second place was 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Brown. In third place, 151, Graham Hilton and Colin Goodwin. Fourth place, number 251, John Arnott and Tony Doyle. And in fifth place, 174, Duncan Fish and Clive Holland. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 45.32 seconds, speed of 54.35 miles per hour. On to the other half of the left-hand sidecars. This will finish the qualifying for the final this afternoon, and they leave the line. Now they come towards the first straight, still evenly matched at the moment, but number 25, Tony Penfold and Julian Wood get into an early lead. Well, this should ensure his place in the final if he can keep this pace up for the full 4 laps, as he was sitting on the points already. Maybe a very strong position. 25, Tony Penfold and Julian Wood leading ex-British champions John Fish and Gary Moore. Then another ex-British champion in Bob Heath with Steve Farmer. Bob Miles, sorry, with Steve Farmer. Then Neil and Martin come. And Richard Davis bringing up the rear. Look at those 3 outfits really locked into battle in this. The last of the qualifying heats as John Fish and Gary Moore come up the inside and take the lead from Tony Penfold and Julian Wood. I do believe that's the X-Up bike that Ernie built for himself for this year. Holding a nice line there, and flat out they come round, 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. Taking their last lap from Tony Penfold and Julian Wood. Then Bob Miles and Steve Farmer, Neil and Martin Cuff, and further Richard Davis. Hard work done in the qualifying, just the finals to come for the left-hand sidecars. 173, John Fish and Gary Moore push themselves into a final qualifying position. I would think that Tony Penfold has equalled that in second place. The win for number 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. In second place was number 25, Tony Penfold. and Julian Wood, third place, number 108, Bob Miles and Steve Farmer, fourth place, number 126, Neil and Martin Cuff, fifth place, number 217, Philip and Richard Davis. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 46.49 seconds, a speed of 53.75 miles per hour. From the top, 173, 25, 108, 126, 217, winner's time 1 minute 46.49 seconds, 53.75 miles per hour. Leading on now to race 27, and no Mark Seabright, but we do have the additional runner of 158, Wayne Broadhurst. They leave that line and down they come. 158, Wayne Broadhurst again out in front. 2 times winner already here this afternoon. On maximum points as he goes towards the final. Can this be an 26 points, Dave Mears and Neil Scopes 24 apiece. Neil Scopes comes underneath Wayne Broadhurst to show him that he's not going to go maximum all the way if he has anything to do with it. Soon nip through on the inside there and pulls a few yards distance down that back straight. Wayne Broadhurst knows now he's got his work cut out. He's going to have the final this afternoon. Neil Scopes a good inside line there, Wayne Broadhurst pushing hard to try and come on terms. Keith Fox holding on to a third place there. Neil Scopes then leading from Wayne Broadhurst in second, and then Keith Fox in third on their last lap, ahead of Arthur Livings, Bill Buckley and Michael Peters. The positions remaining unchanged as Neil Scopes takes the win from Wayne Broadhurst in second. Keith Potts cruising home there in third. I expect better things of him though in the final. Number 175, Keith Potts. Fourth place, number 71, Arthur Livings. Fifth place, number 336, Phil Buckley. And in sixth place, number 37, Michael Peters. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 38.87, a speed of 57.89 miles per hour. From the top, 15, 158, 175, 71, 336 and 37. 1 minute 38.87, 57.89 miles per hour. So it's 350cc solos again. Flags on the circuit, a few rain spatters on the commentator's window. Keep the meeting rolling before it rains. 139, David Mears goes in the lead ahead of Dave Wright, Martin Jacobs, Mark Giles, Alan Dan and Paul Watson. Goes Dave Mears, trying the Trevor Banks trick. Dave Wright trying to come up on the inside. Martin Jacobs holding on to a good third, and then it's Mark Giles, Alan Dan and Paul Watson on that trusted Jap, James Alfred Presswich motorcycle. Going to see the Trevor out on his 350 Jap round here this afternoon, but it's not to be this season. 139, David Mears leads from 38, Dave Wright, from 14, Martin Jacobs, then Mark Giles, Alan Dan, and Paul Watson. 139, then David Mears coming around to take the last lap flag on the Jawa, ahead of Dave Wright's Westlake, and then Martin Jacobs on another Jawa. And then another Jawa at the hands of number 26, Mark Giles. A Westlake Blake Brunnan down and a jet for Paul Watson, but winner takes the checkered flag there. It's 139 David Mears from 38. Dave Wright, then Martin Jacobs, followed home by Mark Giles. Official result again at the moment. Right they go. Roger Measor and Shane Lapham that get to the first turn first. Around the turn they come then and really making it happen. Roger Measor and Shane Lapham from Craig Cheetham and Matthew Fumarola from Bob Heath and Dean Bartholomew. Rob Wilson, Senior, coming up a place there. Round the turn they come then. 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham at half distance from Craig Cheetham and Matthew Fumarola, then Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, Bob Heath, Dean Bartholomew, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren, Jeff Sims and John Stanley. Going to have a problem for the girls. Passenger seems to want to stop, driver does. Round we come then, the last lap flag, 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. And Craig Cheetham goes out with problems. Allowing Rob Wilson, Senior, to take up second place. Girls cruising around at the back there. Not sure what the problem is, but they're going to try and get the race completed. A win nonetheless for Roger Measor and Shane Lapham, with Rob Wilson, Senior, and Vince Jones in second, and Bob Heath, Dean Bartholomew in third. The right-hand sidecars, a win there for number 51, Roger Measor, and Shane Lapham in second place, number 24, Rob Wilson Jr. and Rob Wilson Senior, and Vince Jones. Third place was number 8, Bob Heath and Dean Bartholomew. Fourth place, number 33, Jeff Sims and John Stanley. And fifth place, number 34, Penny Hook and Jane McLaren. No 6th or 7th finishes. The winner's time of 1 minute 26.40 seconds. An average speed of 58.33 miles per hour. Race 29 was 51, 24, 8, 33, 34, 1 minute 26.40 and 58.33 miles per hour. On to race number 30. Then we're looking for number 12, Tim Bennett, Paul Baseby, 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones, 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Vermister, 28, Aaron Bartholomew and Matthew Dix, 39, Shane Baker and Vincent Martin. Oh, sorry, he's not here, is he? He's not the starter. And then 1, 2, 3, Dave Penfold. With Tony Hayford, I couldn't get that one out. 17, Dave Steer, Andy Orchard. That's the lineup for race number 30. To get their first but Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones, the British Masters champions for 1993, just shoot into the lead. Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones leading then from Dave Steer and Andy Orchard, from Pete Dyer, Tony Vermister, and Tim Bennett, Paul Baseby, then Darren Bartholomew, Matthew Dix, and Darren Bartholomew, Matthew Dix get past Tim Bennett up to 4th place. Meanwhile, continuing on up front in his winning ways, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones, from Dave Steer and Andy Orchard, then Pete Dyer, Tony Vermister, Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix, then Tim Bennett and Paul Baseby. Tim Bennett this time going around the outside. Around the turn they come. Ivor Matthews' wheel disc comes off and scatters out towards the crowd, but Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones, 1 lap now from victory from Dave Steer and Andy Orchard, then Pete Dyer, Tony Vermister, Tim Bennett, Paul Baseby. Lost Darren Bartholomew and Matthew Dix again. Dave Penfold and Tony Hayford bringing up the rear. Now Dave Steer pushing hard on the inside as they come to the checkered flag. Who's going to get it? Oh, very close there as well. Very close finishes here this afternoon. and these are only the heats. What are the finals going to be like? I'll be back with you with the official result in a moment. For number 17, Dave Steer and Andy Orchard, just at half tyres width in front of number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. Third place to number 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister. Fourth place, number 12, Tim Bennett and Paul Baseby. Fifth place to 1, 2, 3, Dave Penfold and Tony Hayford. No other finishes. The winner's time 1 minute 28.03 seconds and a speed of 57.25 miles per hour. From the top, 17, 15, 58, 12 and 1, 2, 3. 1 minute 28.03 seconds, 57.25 miles per hour. On to the last qualifying ride for the right-hand sidecars. We get the Joe Morgan, Chris Burrs. And Will Jones. Watch them coming around that first turn. It's all hell for leather as Gary Lane and Phil Pitman, or rather the other way round, take the lead from John Hiscock. The Southern Centre boys are out in full force. Coming up, Tony Baseby from the eastern sector there. Going through this time. But Phil Pitman and Gary Lane out of that turn, flat out. Up the straight they go. From number 3, Colin Hutton and Tony Baseby. Then 184, John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. So they're pushing to the centre green. Number 90 then, on the SGM Yamaha. It's Phil Pitman and Gary Lane. Coming up from Tony Baseby. Stephen Peter Bassett. And Rob Wilson Jr. Now comes the checkered flag. The win for Phil Pitman, Gary Lane. Then Colin Hutton, Tony Baseby, John Hiscock, Steve Bailey, Stephen Peter Bassett, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones. Win for number 90, Phil Pitman and Gary Lane. In second place for number 3, Colin Hutton and Tony Baseby. Third place, number 184, John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. Fourth place, number 38, the Bassett brothers. And in fifth place, number 25, Rob Wilson Jr. and Will Jones. No 6th or 7th finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute 27.26 seconds. Average speed of 56.76 miles per hour. From the top, 90, 3, 184, 38, 25, 1 minute 27.26, 56.76 miles per hour. Race number 32, the 500cc solos. No Mark Giles, but in his place number 62, Chris Dodd. Fine line-up in this one with Adrian Harden, Trevor Banks, Vincent Kinchin, Gary Lobb, Tommy Palmer, David Steen, Andy Sell, Alan Harmer, James Corthwaite, Justin Shaw and Paul Hurry. Well, Paul Hurry, Gary Lobb, Vince Kinchin, Trevor Banks, Dave Steen, all in one race, and throw in Andy Sell, and I think you've got the final, not the heat. Here they come. David Steen off to a good start, Tommy Palmer off to a good start. Trevor Banks straight in between the two of them, splitting the pair. Trevor Banks goes a little bit wide, Paul Hurry aims through for the inside, Tommy Palmer's not giving up. Tommy Palmer gets out a little bit there, Trevor Banks goes very wide, Paul Hurry flat out and trying to hold on to the lead on the GM ahead of Trevor Banks on the Godden. Trevor Banks again trying the outside trick in the loose dirt, but Paul Hurry holding a slender line. Was holding on to the victory, but Trevor Banks has come up on the inside this time. Trevor Banks turns on the power on the inside of Paul Hurry. Who's it going to be? They come down the straight, they're side by side, and Trevor Banks even pulling wheelies, but Paul Hurry holds on to the lead from Trevor Banks in second, then Tommy Palmer in third. And here comes Trevor again this time. Here's the outside line again for Trevor. 86 then. on the outside, and here they come. The last left flag is out. Trevor Banks has gone right round the outside. Trevor Banks leading then. Paul Hurry goes to that inside berth and takes control of the race again from the front, and Trevor Banks has got it all to do this time. It's the last turn. No, the last time. Can he get there? Takes to the turn. Paul Hurry takes the inside line round, and Paul Hurry takes the win from Trevor Banks in second place. Then Tommy Palmer, then Andy Sell, and Gary Lobb. Oh, Dave Steen, a front runner off that line, but finishing up well there on the field by the end of the race. Well, that's just the heat. The final is still to come. And the official result of race number 32 was a fine win for number 86, Paul Hurry. The other race is underway. We'll have to give that result after the next race. Flat out they come down the line then. 167 Mark Seabright goes into the lead this time. Ahead of Dean Garton from Cornwall and Mark Chessel. So the race is on. Mark Seabright leading Mark Chessel in second place. Mark Seabright leading, back from injury. Mark Chessel in second place, then Dean Garton, Ian Humphries, Ricky Sandford, Chris Stritton. The race continues with Mark Chessel up front. Mark Seabright cutting up on the inside line, but it's still Mark Chessel from Mark Seabright, from Dean Garton, from Ian Humphries, Ricky Sandford, Chris Stritton, Ben Howe, Stuart Dempsey, Adrian Mower. Well, the South East Centre champion in fifth place at the moment. Coming up on Ian Humphries very fast. Outside line 3. 758, Mark Chessel leads on the last lap, ahead of Mark Seabright, Dean Garton, Ben Howe, Ian Humphries, Ricky Sandford, Chris Stritton, Stuart Dempsey, Adrian Mower. Ben Howe now coming up on the back wheel of Dean Garton. Mark Seabright tries the outside line, almost tries not to, tries a little too hard. Mark Chessel takes the win from Mark Seabright in second, then Dean Garton, then Ben Howe, Chris Stritton, Ian Humphries, Ricky Sandford, Stuart Dempsey, Adrian Mower, and Phil Buckley. The race you've just seen, but the one at the top of the page, race 32, was a win for number 86, Paul Hurry. Second place, number 5, Trevor Banks. Third place, number 21, Tommy Palmer. Fourth place, number 50, Andy Sell. Fifth place, number 17, Gary Lobb. Sixth place, number 8, Vincent Kinchin. Seventh place, number 121, Alan Harmer. Eighth place, number 41, David Steen. Ninth place, number 187, Justin Shaw. 10th place, number 62, Chris Dodd. 11th place, number 169, James Northray. And 12th place, number 2, Adrian Hard. Winner's time, 1 minute 32.98 seconds. A speed of 61.56 miles per hour. From the top then, 86, 5, 21, 50, 17, 8, 121, 41, 187, 62, 169, and 2, 1 minute 32.98 seconds, speed of 61.56 miles per hour. Second place to 167, Mark Seabright. Third place, number 16, Dean Garton. Fourth place, 87, Ben Howe. Fifth place, number 3, Chris Tritton. 6th place, number 14, Ian Humphries. 7th place, 8th place, number 12, Stuart Dempsey. 9th place, number 154, Adrian Mower. And 10th place, number 336, Phil Buckley. No other finishes. The winner's time 1 minute 37.84 seconds. The speed of 58.50 miles per hour. From the top, 758, 167, 60, 87, 3, 13, 12, 154 and 336. Winner's time 1 minute 37.84 seconds. 58.50 miles per hour. Hurry 5, Trevor Banks. 767, Mark Seabright. 50, Andy Sell. 17, Gary Lobb. 16, Dean Garton. 14, Ian Humphries. 21, Tommy Palmer. Number 3, Chris Tritton. 04, Ricky Sanford. And 41, Dave Steen. Riders, please note, all finalists, regardless of your position in the finals, could you please come to the caravan for presentation of awards. Not sure what's happening there at the start. One man left on it, but the rest of them are underway, and Richie Knight takes to an early lead. Yellow flag out on the first turn, and Richard Smith cruising around there behind the rest of them. Red flag up on the next bend, so red flag up, and I think everybody will go back to the start line to try again for the 250cc solo final. Trophy donated this afternoon by Packer Motors of Warlingham Limited, just up the road. Please support those that support Grasstrack. Away they go then, a much better start this time, and they head towards the first turn. Richie Knight again got a good start. Lee Street's in there with him, and so is Keith Strudwick. Richie Knight, as I said earlier, not done so much grass this year as he has done in previous years, and he's dropped to 3rd on the first corner. Dropping back to 4th, coming up to 3rd, and taking 2nd. Oh, it's all action for Richie Knight, but getting away from Keith Strudwick at the moment. Keith Strudwick goes a bit wide. Richard Smith and Lee Street coming up on the inside now. Keith Strudwick holding on to it. Richard Smith in 2nd place, Lee Street in 3rd, and Richie Knight in 4th. So, Keith Strudwick holding on to the lead, Richard Smith waiting to pounce, so is Lee Street, and Richie Knight himself the outside to come through. Lee Street coming up on the inside now to take the lead. It's Lee Street from Keith Strudwick, from Richard Smith, from Richie Knight, Tommy Palmer, Dean Camier. Dean Camier I would have thought would have been pre-race favourite, but not getting on so well now it's rained. Lee Street then holding on to his advantage from Richard Smith in 2nd place and Keith Strudwick in 3rd, and then Richie Knight. Richie Knight coming up the inside of Keith Strudwick now to try and take 3rd place, and he gets there. It's Lee Street, Richard Smith, Richie Knight, Keith Strudwick, Tommy Palmer. Lee Street then pulling away as Richie Knight takes Richard Smith and gets up into 2nd position. Good job in 6th lap. Lee Street thinks it's a pity in 6th lap. Lee Street holding on to that lead with 2 more laps to go over Richie Knight and Richard Smith and Tommy Palmer and Keith Strudwick, Dean Camier, Wayne Giles, John Pilcher, Stephen Syrett. Lee Street holding on to that commanding lead. Richie Knight now closing the gap on him slowly. As they come round this time, they'll be on their last lap. The last lap flag goes, it's Lee Street from Richie Knight. From Tommy Palmer and Richard Smith. As Richie Knight really closes the gap on that back straight, goes for victory as he takes Lee Street on the last turn. Can Richie Knight hang on to it? Will Lee Street power through on the inside? Lee Street's got the inside run at the moment, looks like he's going to get there. It's very close indeed. Oh, no, not another one of those decisions for Anne. Hey, where got Anne? He has just been seen leaving the field. Oh, what a thrilling race, right to the very finish. You couldn't get much better than that. Even those two tail-enders crossed the line side by side. I'm waiting to see what Anne's decision is this time. Full result for you in a moment. Richie Knight, this year's Sussex Super 250 champion. By a cat's whisker from number 75, Lee Street. In third place, was 21, young Tommy Palmer. Fourth place went to number 33, Richard Smith. Fifth place to 124, Keith Strudwick. Sixth place to number 44, Dean Camier. Seventh place to number 300, Mark Giles. Eighth place to number 62, Steve Syrett. Ninth place to number 49, John Pilcher, and in 10th place, number 71, Arthur Livings. The winner's time was 2 minutes 34.44 seconds, with an average speed of 54.55 miles per hour. From the top then, 229, 75, 21, 33, 124, 44, 300, 62, 49 and 71. Winner's time 2 minutes 34.44 seconds, an average speed of 54.55 miles per hour. This is the big one for the left-hand sidecar boys this afternoon, the Sussex Super left-hand sidecar final. Bill Penfold, Nigel Shaw, John Fish, Gary Moore, 108 Bob Miles and Steve Farmer, 25. Tony Penfold, Julian Wood, 808, Luke Patchell, Julian Brown, and 126, Neil and Martin Cuff. That's the lineup for this, the left-hand sidecar Sussex Super final. Revving up, ready to take off then. Away the tapes go, and the machines are on their way towards the first corner, and Bob Miles is off to a flyer. It's Bob Miles and Steve Farmer to get down to the first turn first. Bill Penfold, Nigel Shaw been left in the lurch. Round the first turn they come. And it looks like Tony Penfold got left on the start line there with Julian Wood. No bad start for him. Round they come then. Slipping and sliding round that turn where it's just rained. It's 108, Bob Miles and Steve Farmer leading. From 173, John Fish and Gary Moore in second place. Then Luke Patchell and Julian Brown, and then Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. And then Neil and Martin Cuff. Bob Miles with Steve Farmer leading then. Interesting to see whether Tony Penfold gets caught up or not by the oncoming riders. And he can stay in front of this lot for the rest of those 6 laps, and he just could possibly have won it in the first place. But look at them going now, all for leather as they come round there. Bob Miles and Steve Farmer leading from John Fish and Gary Moore in second place. But look at Luke Patchell and Julian Browning going up the outside. They can't quite make it this time. Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw now pushing up in 4th place. Ignore 25, he's behind them really. 108, it's Bob Miles and Steve Farmer from 173. John Fish and Gary Moore then. Luke Patchell, Julian Browning and Bill Penfold, Nigel Shaw struggling to try and find a way through. With Neil and Martin Cuff at the back of the field at the moment, next to the back of the field. Now Bob Miles is catching up with Tony Penfold. Tony Penfold seems to be cruising around in the tight line, trying to keep out of the way. And here comes Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. Bob Miles and Steve Farmer then about to lap Tony Penfold, or is he? Bob Miles and Steve Farmer leading the final from 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. Then Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw up to 3rd. Luke Patchell, Julian Brown dropped down to 4th. Bob Miles and Steve Farmer then taking the last lap flag. Then Bill Penfold coming up alongside John Fish and Gary Moore now. And Tony Penfold and Julian Wood holding back Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. The Cuffs seem to be back with trouble down the back of the field there. Out of the last turn for the last time. It's number 108, Bob Miles and Steve Farmer that take the win. From 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. From Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw, then Luke Patchell and Julian Brown in. Fine win there for number 108, Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. In second place, number 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. Third place, number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. 4th place, 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Brown. In 5th place, number 126, Neil and Martin Cuff. And in 6th place, number 25, Tony Penfold and Julian Wood. The winner's time was 2 minutes 43.77 seconds, a speed of 51.44 miles per hour. From the top, 108, 173, 2, 808, 126, 25. 2 minutes 43.77 seconds, 51.44 miles per hour. Race number 36, it's the 350 solo Sussex Super Final. Wayne Broadhurst goes into the lead. Keith Potts is in there with a shout too in 3rd place at the moment. Dave Mears has gone right round the outside. Neil Scopes is in 2nd place, but it's Wayne Broadhurst from Neil Scopes. David Mears. Around the turn they come, and absolutely flat out. Wayne Broadhurst gains stamps his authority on this class from 15 Neil Scopes, but there's a long way to go yet in this 6-lap race from Dave Wright, then Dave Mears, and Keith Potts and Martin Jacobs. Absolutely flat out round there. Wayne Broadhurst. Amendment to the programme, and he's out there in full force. Wayne Broadhurst leads them from Dave Wright, from Neil Scopes, from David Mears, Keith Potts, Martin Jacobs, Mark Giles, Arthur Livins, and 336 Phil Buckley, with Colin Peters bringing up the rear. Not Michael Peters bringing up the rear. And here they come again then. Wayne Broadhurst is really going for it this afternoon from Dave Wright, from Neil Scopes and David Mears and Keith Potts and Martin Jacobs. The positions remaining unchanged as they come round there, and they start to lap the tail enders. Wayne Broadhurst passes Michael Peters as he comes into the fifth turn. Dave Wright also gets by, so does Neil Scopes. 158 then, Wayne Broadhurst with 2 more laps to go from 38. Dave Wright, then Neil Scopes, then David Mears, Keith Potts, Martin Jacobs, Mark Giles, Arthur Livings. Out goes the last lap flag, and it's Wayne Broadhurst from Dave Wright, Dave Mears and Neil Scopes on their last lap now. Can any rider find that little bit of extra energy and that little bit of extra power that counts to make the passing move now? As Phil Buckley up prepares to be lapped by Wayne Broadhurst. It's going to be Wayne Broadhurst 350 Sussex Super as he comes up to the line. Wayne Broadhurst wins. Dave Wright in 2nd place. David Mears in 3rd. Then Neil Scopes. Then Keith Potts. Martin Jacobs. Mark Giles. And Arthur Livins. Here comes the winner and the 2nd place man, Wayne Broadhurst and Dave Wright. Well done, boys. Good ride. Show your appreciation as they go round, and wave your programs and clap your hands. I'd like to see some of those old lights flashing. I keep telling you every week, but you don't seem to listen to me. When they come by, flash your red lights, toot your hooters, show some appreciation for some very fast, efficient riding here this afternoon. Super final was a win for number 158, Wayne Broadhurst. In second place was number 38, Dave Wright. Third place, 139, David Mears. Fourth place, number 15, Neil Scopes. Fifth place, 175, Keith Potts. Sixth place, number 14, Martin Jacobs. Seventh place, number 26, Mark Giles. Eighth place, number 71, Arthur Livins. Ninth place, number 336, Phil Buckley. And in 10th place, number 37, Michael Peters. The winner's time was 2 minutes 29.31 seconds and an average speed of 56.42 miles per hour. Again then, race 36, 158, 38, 139, 15, 175, 14, 26, 71, 336 and 37. 2 minutes 29.31 seconds, 56.42 miles per hour. Pick your winner from race 37. Will it be the favourite, number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham? Will it be 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones? Will it be 17, Dave Steer and Andy Orchard? Will it be 90, Phil Pitman and Gary Lane? Will it be 184, John Hiscock and Steve Bailey? Will it be the British Masters champions, 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones? Or will it be the SGM Works rider of 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Leminster? They're underway, they're going down the first straight. They have the advantage to go into the first turn. Rob Wilson in there hard underneath him, but it looks like it's Measor's race. Matthews now trying to come round the outside, but Measor holds a super tight line. Rob Wilson fighting away in there behind him, and it's Roger Measor from number 24, Rob Wilson. Then it's Phil Pitman and Gary Lane. Then it's the Masters champions, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. They're trying to come back up to third place, but Phil Pitman is in there and going some. 7 outfits in this race, and around they come around that bottom turn again. It's number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham leading from Robbie Wilson and Vince Jones, from Phil Pitman, Gary Lane. And Dave Steer, Andy Orchard come up fast. Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones in. 6 laps of finals. I know that a lot of you people come from other centres and you only ever see 4 laps, but down here we have 6 because we're the business, and we have 6 laps, and it gives them a chance to catch up. 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham leading then from Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, hard on their heels. There's going to be a tight finish. Last week up into South Midland, Roger Measor followed Rob Wilson round right to the last bend and then took him on the inside. This time it looks like Robbie Wilson wants to do the same thing to Roger Measor. Look at him coming round there. Hell of a leather. It's 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham from Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, from Phil Pitman, Gary Lane, then Dave Steer, Andy Orchard, then Ivor Matthews, Peter Jones, then Pete Dyer, Tony Bemister, then John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. Quite spread apart now, but look at Dave Steer coming in there in 4th place, and he's pushing hard. Roger Measor seems to have it taped with just 1 lap left to go. It's Roger Measor and Shane Lapham from Rob Wilson and Vince Jones in 2nd place, but they're losing a little bit of ground there. It certainly looks like it's going to be Measor Super. Phil Pitman, Gary Lane, a good 3rd place for them, and a good 4th place there for Dave Steer and Andy Orchard, some of the local riders. But the checkered flag goes, and it goes for Roger Measor and Shane Lapham from number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones, local lads. Then Phil Pitman, Gary Lane from the Southern, or is it even the Cornwall Centre. Then local lads again in Dave Steer and Andy Orchard. Then the Midlanders, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. And then Southern Centre from John Hiscock, Steve Bailey and Pete Dyer, Tony Bemister. Well, truly a national field here today with riders from all corners of the country coming down to do battle for the Sussex Super. But the win goes to Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. Come on, toot some hooters, flash some headlights, come on. Want to see some action. Want to see some action here. It was a very good race. Roger Measor led it from start to finish, and Robbie Wilson fought every inch of the way, as did Dave Steer and Phil Pitman. So, come on, show some appreciation. Toot them hooters, flash them lights. Oh, blimey, I see some lights flashing. You won't go on, but the speakers are working then. Very good, very good, very good. I thought they'd packed up for a minute. Nobody doing much. Show your appreciation for those top riders of the day. not in the order we'd like them in, but they've done very well. Had a good ride today. Show your appreciation. There's the winner. He's last over the line this time, but this time don't count. It was the last time that mattered. When he crossed that line, he was out in front. Roger Measor, Shane Lapham. So the official result of race 37, the right-hand sidecar final, was a win for number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham. In second place, number 24, Rob Wilson and Vince Jones. In third place, number 90, Phil Pitman and Gary Lane. In fourth place, number 17, Dave Steer and Andy Orchard. In fifth place, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones. Sixth place, 184, Vic Hiscock and Steve Bailey. Seventh place, 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister. The winner's time, 2 minutes 14.57 seconds, an average speed of 57.78 miles per hour. By number only, 51, 24, 90, 17, 15, 184, 58, 2 minutes 14.57 seconds, 57.78 miles per hour. Well, another truly national field come to the line. Oh no, we've got the Dave Bart Trophy. That's for the GTSA members only, so they're all from this local area. This is the local lads race, the left-hand sidecar, GTSA members only. Well, the 250 final trophy was donated by Parker Motors of Warlingham Limited. Parker Motors, just say Packer in the programme. That is a misprint. If you turn over one more page from where we're looking now, you'll see an advert for Parker Motors Warlingham Limited, 66 The Green, Warlingham, Surrey. Telephone 0883 622 069. MOT for motorcycles, three-wheelers, cars, all mechanical repairs. Director Colin Peters. Off they go then down the line, down the first straight, 173 then for the Dave Bart Trophy. Now I can tell you this Dave Bart Trophy is really well thought of by the GTSA members, and they definitely like to that's a bit of a who's who on this Dave Bart Trophy. It's been going on for a large number of years, and it means an awful lot to a lot of people. And 173, John Fish and Gary Moore want to get their name on that trophy this year. This one is only over 4 laps, but Luke Patchell, Julian Browning closing up now in second place. And it's John Arnott and Tony Doyle. Round they come then, it's 173, John Fish and Gary Moore from 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. And then it's Tommy Penfold with, I think that's Julian Wood on the side. I'm really not sure who's who on that outfit at the moment. Certainly looks like Tommy driving Tony's bike. And who's on the chair, I don't really know. I think it's Julian Wood, but who knows. From 808, from 25, and 251, and 23. All to 173, John Fish and Gary Moore, a bit of a funny 5 minutes on that hump out of that corner, but they got it all under control. In this, the 1993 Sussex Super, it's the Dave Bart Trophy. He pulls a tight line out of that corner and he takes the checkered flag. A win for 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. From 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. From Tommy Penfold and I believe Julian Wood. Then 251. Johnny Arnott and Tony Doyle. And then Billy Penfold, Carly Bell bringing up the rear. Official result for you in a moment. And Gary Moore in second place, 808, Luke Patchell and Julian Browning. Third place, number 24, Tommy Penfold. and we're not sure who was with him. Fourth place, number 251, was John Arnott and Tony Doyle. Fifth place, number 23, Billy Penfold and Carly Bell. Time and speed for you later. This is the 500cc Sussex Super Final, and Trevor Banks makes no mistake this time. He's straight down into the first turn first. But look at Andy Sell going underneath him as he comes around that turn, and Trevor Banks now fighting back on the outside. It's Trevor Banks and Andy Sell side by side. Andy Sell, can he take the advantage? Trevor Banks goes out into the loose. Andy Sell's gone right out wide. Trevor Banks cuts back on a slightly tighter line, but who's he going to be? It's Andy Sell from Trevor Banks, from Tommy Palmer, from Gary Lobb and Dean Garton, the Cornishman. But Andy Sell seems to have it all wound up at the moment, and he's absolutely flying. Andy Sell well clear now of Trevor Banks in second place. In 21, Tommy Palmer. Andy Sell on the late down Godden, flying along there with Trevor Banks on an upright Godden behind him, and then number 8, Tommy Palmer. And then it's number 17, Gary Lobb, 16, Dean Garton. Two young lads from Cornwall with a very promising career in front of them, but just look at Andy Sell. Andy Sell sideways, throwing their bike round that corner. He means business this afternoon. It's Andy Sell from Trevor Banks, from Tommy Palmer, Gary Lobb, Dean Garton, Paul Hurry. Well, I didn't think Paul Hurry would be on the rostrum place here this afternoon, but he's got to fight his way through if he's to get there. With 2 more laps to go, it's number 50, Andy Sell, well clear of number 5, Trevor Banks, and then 21, Tommy Palmer on the Jawa. Then number 17 is Gary Lobb, then Paul Hurry, Dean Garton. And look at Tommy Palmer in there and pushing and shoving, and he means to come through as well as he goes straight past Gary Lobb and comes up on the back wheel of Trevor Banks. Andy Sell leading in fine style, taking the last lap flag. There's just 1 lap of this meeting left, and look at them 3 side by side. It's Trevor Banks at the moment. Andy Sell from Trevor Banks, from Gary Lobb, from Tommy Palmer, from Paul Hurry, Dean Garton. And Gary Lobb goes through. Tommy Palmer goes through. Now to the last turn, Andy Sell's gone very, very wide indeed, but Andy Sell crosses the line first, ahead of Gary Lobb, Tommy Palmer, Trevor Banks, Paul Hurry, Dean Garton. Oh, don't know if that was David Steen or Mark Chessel. Then Mark Seabright, then Ian Humphreys, and bad luck there for number 3, Chris Tritton. And 04, Ricky Sanford completing race distance. Well, Andy Sell had it all his own way from the first turn. Trevor Banks was the first man off the start line, but he was soon overhauled by the magnificent Andy Sell. Show your appreciation, wave them programs, clap them hands, toot them hooters, flash them lights. That man wants to know whether he done well or not. Certainly the fastest man round here this afternoon, with Gary Lobb also going round with him. Brilliant piece of riding from both those lads. Come on, I can't see no lights. I want to hear the hooters. Yeah, there goes some lights, that's better. That proves you've been sitting in your motor all day then, don't it? Come on, flash them lights, toot them hooters, show your appreciation for 2 very, very fast young men. And I'd like to see Andy Sell down here competing in the international events that are to follow. Gentlemen, we've got a presentation yet, so there's a nice presentation for you. All finalists today get a memento of the Sussex Super, so we want all finalists up here for the presentation. All finalists, not just the top 4 and not just the top 6, but everybody in the final gets a memento, and a very nice little memento it is, with crossed checkered flags and the GTSA Sussex Super 93 finals written on the back. So just honour really for anybody who can make a final in a national meeting. They deserve some form of recognition, and the GTSA notice that and give out these medallions. So away we go then. The 500cc solo final was a win for number 50, Andy Sell. In second place was number 17, Gary Lobb. Third place was number 21, Tommy Palmer. Fourth place, number 5, Trevor Banks. Fifth place, number 86, Paul Hurry. Sixth place, number 16, Dean Garton. 7th place, number 41, David Steen. 8th place, number 758, Mark Chessel. 9th place, 167, Mark Seabright. 10th place, number 14, Ian Humphreys. 11th place, number 3, Chris Tritton, and in 12th place, 04, Ricky Sanford. The winner's time was 2 minutes 20.25 seconds, a speed of 60.06 miles per hour. From the top, 50, 17, 21. Prize money is available, riders, from the caravan. We'd like now to get on with the presentation in the 250cc's in reverse order. The medallions go out first, and first man to get a medallion was number 71, Arthur Livings. Where's Arthur? Here he comes. That was for 10th place in the final. In 9th place, sorry, Pete's taking the photograph. I'm trying to rush it along a bit before it rains. Don't want to see you get wet. In 9th place in that 250 final was number 49, John Pilcher. John Pilcher, come on down. There he is. And the trophy's being handed out here by Parker Motors of Wallingham Limited, sponsors of today's 250 final. That is, of course, Colin Peters, father of Michael Peters, who we saw out there earlier. Moving along another place, in 8th place, number 62, Steve Syrett. From the Eastern Centre, long drive down for him today. In 7th place, it was 300, Woggy Giles. In 6th place, number 44, Dean the Biz Camier. In the absence of Dean the Biz Camier, we'll move on along to 5th place, 124, Keith Strudwick. Fourth place in the 250 Sussex Super. Final this year was number 33, Richard Smith. Another Eastern Centre man with a long drive home. In 3rd place, it was number 21, Tommy Palmer. In 2nd place, battling all the way to the line, was 75, Lee Street. And in the absence then of Lee Street, on to the winner of the Parker Motors Wallingham Limited trophy for the Sussex Super 1993 229, Richie Knight. Here, resident in his home South East Centre. We'll now move on to the 350cc solos. Thank you very much to Parker Motors of Wallingham Limited for donating and presenting those trophies. Moving on now to the 350s, and down there in 10th place was number 37, Michael Peters. Dad steps down, son steps up. And in 9th place was 336, Phil Buckley. Oh, here he comes. He's, you know what, he's never late to the pub. I don't know why he's late down here tonight. He's coming in from the rear end there now. Make way for Phil Buckley. In 8th place, he was here just a minute, he's coming back again, 71, Arthur Livings. And in 7th place, it was number 26, Mark Giles. There he is, crops up from the wrong side. Everybody's looking to the left, he came up from the right. And in 6th place, it was number 14, Martin Jacobs, again down from the eastern centre. And in 5th place, 175, Keith Potts from the Canterbury area. In 4th place, it was number 15 from the eastern centre again, Neil Scopes. In 3rd place was number 139, David Mears, again Canterbury type area, home centre. And now from out of centre, but I'm not too sure which centre he comes from. He certainly got 2nd place this afternoon, 38, Dave Wright. And the winner again, my geography's not too good with him either, but number 158, Wayne Broadhurst wins the 350cc Sussex Super Final here this afternoon. And a superb trophy for a superb effort. Moving on to the 500cc solos. And in 12th place, local man, 04, Ricky Sanford. No Ricky Sanford? Oh, there he is. In 11th place, number 3, Chris Tritton. In 10th place, number 14, Ian Humphreys. In 9th place, from the southern centre, 167, Mark Seabright. In 8th place, number 758, Mark Chessel. There he comes from the centre. In 7th place, number 41, Dave Steen. In 6th place, it was number 16, Dean Garton. All the way up from Cornwall. He's got a long drive home tonight. And then a local man in 5th place, Paul Hurry. No Paul Hurry? Well, we'll move up to 4th place then. And that was number 5, Trevor Banks. Oh, Trevor. 3rd place then, number 21, Tommy Palmer. He can have 3. In second place, it was number 17, Gary Lobb. Another Cornishman with a long drive home tonight. And he ain't even got his leathers off yet. And what can you say about the man who won it and takes that trophy home tonight? Words cannot describe the man. Number 50, Andy Sell. And the right-hand sidecar finalists then in 7th place, we are looking for number 58, Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister. Another crew from the Southern Centre.
Thank you for coming.
No sign? We'll drop down one then to 6th place, and it was 184, John Hiscock and Steve Bailey. Perhaps he can take Pete Dyers with him. Moving up to, oh, they haven't gone yet. Moving up to 5th place, it was Ivor Matthews and Peter Jones, the British Masters 1993 champions. Let's have a cheer for them. And then in 4th place, local lads, number 17, Dave Steer and Andy Orchard. Moving up then to 3rd place, again from the Cornwall area, it was Phil Pitman and Gary Lane. And 2nd place in the Sussex Super right-hand sidecar final of 1993 was Rob Wilson, Senior, and Vince Jones. Can't read me handwriting. Local favourites of the South East Centre. And in 1st place, the man who's won almost everything there is to win on grass, number 51, Roger Measor and Shane Lapham.
Put that one in the garage, Roger.
Hang on, Pete ain't ready yet. The peak at his camera ready. As we move towards the left-hand sidecar final this afternoon of the Sussex Super 1993. Put a new film in especially for this one. All local heroes. 5, Tony Penfold and Julian Wood. really looked like Tony Penfold and Julian would have come in, so we'll go on to 5th place, and that was 126, father and son team, Neil and Martin Carr. And in 4th place, Sussex favourites, Luke Batchell and Julian Browning. And in 3rd place, Kent and Sussex favourite here, number 2, Bill Penfold and Nigel Shaw. And in 2nd place, it was none other than the ex-up mounted John Fish and Gary Moore. Sussex favourites yet again, always good goers on these Sussex circuits.
Well done, Brendan.
There's no mistake in the winners, and the winners this afternoon from Surrey were 108, Bob Miles and Steve Farmer. Left-hand sidecar. The left-hand sidecar Sussex Super Champions.
Just a trophy.
That leaves a trophy behind you. You better tell me what it's for. So we got the winner now of the Dave Bark Trophy for the left-hand sidecar GTSA members only. Prize possession here in the southeast, and it went to number 173, John Fish and Gary Moore. Well, I think that concludes the presentation, but Jim, Pete Dyer and Tony Bemister are over there. They want to come forward and get there, so missed theirs earlier. There were a few others that missed them, but I can't remember who they were. But Tony Bemister there and Pete Dyer there. 7th place in the final here this afternoon. We've only got 3 riders left that have prize money here.